Peace. This is Nettercat J Dizzle, Black Guy Stand Radio, and what you're about to hear is a piece of a conversation that I had with Dr. Imhotep Cray a few years back. Dr. Imhotep Cray is the founder of the RBG movement as we know it, as far as the revolutionary but gangster. So I gave him a call a few years ago, and with his permission, I recorded the phone call. So I figured I'm gonna not only put it out, but I'm also gonna air the rest of the conversation tomorrow on Black Guy Stand Radio, 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern time. This is a must hear. This is a must tune in show for RBG and RBG affiliate groups in any organization or formations. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is right now. We in a time where not even us can create the unity that's starting to happen right now just because of the oppression. The oppression right now is so thick that they're causing us, they're making us have to unite. So we're going to continue that unification process. And we're going to break down the 24 commandments of a RBG. And these commandments are universal, you know what I'm saying, that really should apply to pretty much any black revolutionary. So a matter of fact, speaking of RBG, make sure you check out the link in this post, or you can go to the Royalties Apparel and Culture page, and the link there, or the royaltiesapparelplus.com website, and order these RBG Africas. It's time to start putting our money, you know what I'm saying, where our mouth is. So we're talking about this unification. We understand that we need our banking systems to get strong, in which they are starting to get stronger. But we have to start doing commerce with ourselves. So you can check out those RBG Africas. There's plenty of different styles to pick from, in which, you know, you're paying the same price, but you could be feeding 2 businesses at once. So hit that link, you know what I'm saying, get your RBG Africas, and let's do this business. But check out this clip and make sure you tune in tomorrow, 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, 5 o'clock Eastern time. You can dial in 347-989-8767. Also, the chat room will be open. Peace.
I don't know where I stopped, but in any case,
we're talking about the RBG and how it's a movement.
Yeah. So that so what I, however, am, in addition to a number of different things, is a teacher, if you will. So that I develop out of all, particularly focus over on the past 50 years of the work that our great nationalists and Pan-Africanist elders of respect and ancestors have sacrificed and provided us with. All they asked us to do is carry the work forward. So I developed it into a school, which is called RBG Communiversity. And so RBG Communiversity has a number of different curricula. So I started out, it was real rough. It was that kind of thing where it talks simply, parables, metaphors, oxymorons. Probably you've seen some of the videos on YouTube where it's basically bang bang shoot 'em up kind of thing, but it's always a message and it's based on history. And at the bottom of the YouTube I have the link to the document so you can go ahead and read and study. Then the other curriculum was RBG Black Edition. Now what RBG Black Edition is for is that's for the educated Negroes. That is where we are going from the PDF documentation or something for you to be able to read, and then you can click and also within that document go to the video. And so that now there's another piece, and the reason that I really started all of this, that unfortunately I thought different than what things really come down to. I'm a medical doctor, and I have something online under Dr. Imhotep, not RBG, called Imhotep Virtual Medical School, where I prepare medical doctors and medical students to sit for their United States medical licensure examination. So my idea to develop a curriculum that's called Imhotep Virtual Medical School. It falls under the positions of the future once I could get the people
you're cutting out a little bit, bro.
I'm sorry?
You're cutting out a little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm talking on a computer phone. Let me close this browser. Once I could get the people's attention, then I thought I was going to be able to pull more of our people into being interested in medical education.
We need
whether
that.
they wanted to be. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Whether they wanted to be a doctor or whether they wanted to, well, at least that's what the level you shoot for. But certainly for nurses, pharmacy tech, x-ray tech, whatever field of healthcare that you wanted to go in, I have the curriculum for those things. So I'm saying all that to say that the data that I have produced and provided online is precisely for someone such as yourself to be able to sift through and to make the determination of what you want your focus to be to develop your own RBG movement chapter, if you will. I mean, it's nothing that it's no fee that you have to pay anybody or nothing like that. The data is there, and you might just want to take whatever documents that you want to take depending upon the target group that you're dealing with and pull down documents. They have videos linked in them. For example, there's one called The 24 Commandments of a Black Revolutionary. And it starts out talking about the importance of reading, the importance of challenging and approaching things from a scholastic kind of way, to not be afraid of education, based on need versus based on want. It's 24 commandments, and these are very good bullet type pieces of information to challenge young people to begin and you to go on and start a discussion with them. And so there are over 500 documents that I have that you can do that with. And so there's something for everybody, because over on where I house most of the documents on slides, these are all free downloads, PDF. You can download them to your computer. You can go ahead and send them to your printer. You can get how many copies you want. You go ahead and get your venue where you're going to have your little young people. It depends upon what type of tools you have. If you have a location where you have a computer in that location where you pull up videos and you can let them look at a brief video and you can have a discussion around that. You can pass out in a group type of session the handouts. And so a lot of our young people don't even know how to read, my brother. So it's like you can take one of those documents, and depending upon the level of the people that you're dealing with, you can make any kind of lesson plan. I'm just providing the core data.
Okay, and what I was gonna say is, yeah, I went to the Scribe website and I printed out a couple documents and read one in its entirety. And it is some good stuff. Matter of fact, the 24 Commandments that you were talking about I seen that video, and that's powerful stuff right there, man. What I do, I work with the youth right in the heart of the city where I'm at in Seattle, and I work with youth. Like, matter of fact, yesterday I was engaged with a few of them, you know, and they claim different gang sets. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's blood Pyru sets or whatnot. A lot of GDs. Also where I'm at, Gangster Disciples or whatnot. And what I've been doing is telling them, trying to give them a brief overview of the history of these organizations that we now call gangs. So that way that way to make them understand that, you know, Crips and Bloods wasn't originally designed to kill each other and to gangbang against each other, but they were really designed to pick up where the Panthers left off and things of that nature. A lot of these youngsters don't know that, but they're open to that. And one of the main reasons why I was hitting you up was because I wanted to, you know how the gang culture goes. You don't just necessarily just do your thing without going to those before you who have organized and put in the work. So I didn't really feel like I should really be repping RBG, even though it's in my heart to do so. But I didn't feel like I should really just be repping it without at least speaking to someone who is, you know, someone like yourself, you know, who put this together. You know, I have to have the blessings of my elders and my OGs or whatever you want to call it before I could feel good about just doing that. But I mean, that's what I live. That's what I do on a voluntary basis, and I work with the organization that I do also, you know, actually do get paid to do what I do.
I respect that, and I love that, and that's a real black man in terms of that type of attitude and perspective, and that speaks volumes to how informed you are, and so that any kind of way that I can help in facilitating and pointing you in terms of what it is that you want to do and what it is you want to achieve, I'm at your disposal, because what you are doing is precisely the reason that I have made this ongoing effort to organize things. I want to say this, however.
Right.
If it be not for the ancestors and their sacrifices, if it be not for our elders of respect, I would not be able to do what I am doing. So it's just, you know, keeping the culture by passing the torch, so that what you see that I'm making available, and obviously it's all free, is because of what the ancestors gave to me.
Okay.
And so that's why you don't see me on YouTube and other places running off at the mouth, because I think that our people talk too much, and they do less than they talk. So I try to let the work of our ancestors and elders of respect do the talking for RBG.
Okay.
And so I appreciate you with you know, saying that you want to come to the person that put it together, but this is a communiversity. That's what it is. That's what it's supposed to mean. It's for the community, and you doing exactly what you need to be doing with the material. And in this discussion here, I would just want you to hear that any kind of way that you need to ask and say, well, I need to, and I want to focus on ABC or XYZ, then I know where it is without you having to go through all of the kind of, you know, searching and etc. And I can point you right to it, or I can just drop you a link in your mailbox, which we need to exchange email boxes or something like that, where I can see things in that way. Now that's the first level, and all of this stuff that we're doing is on the first level. Now there's another level of things that after that is kind of, you know, work through and achieve, that we can get down on. I think I gave you a link to, and it's a whole collection called Fallen On, of the New African Nation. And Fallen On is the organizational wing of RBG University.
Okay.
And so that is to say, it's the paradigm and it's the praxis. It's the community activity is what Fallen On is all about. It's really organizing our people not only for survival, but for liberation.
Right.
Our people are not, most of the young people obviously are not ready for that, because they have to be graduated to that kind of information. You can't get a young person to sit down for 5 minutes and read anything. they stuck on video stupid and these kind of things. So if that's what the case is, that's where we have to approach him at.
Indeed.
You see? So I'm talking about in terms of in the background, in terms of you, I, us,